All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 930. Oh my goodness, it is so good to have y'all here for this beautiful night. It is a feeling like summer, and because it is, it's good to be here because you are here. Could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here, and that's what's going to get you the pass notice. Being consistent, getting it done. Right, Brandy?
Yes.
All right. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here that asks Brandy these questions out of nowhere. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. And the wind is just blowing your hair, Brandy. I have all the hair. I think it's too high.
Yeah. Yes.
You're looking like.
I call it the Beyonce look.
Really? Is that what you were thinking? Oh, I was like Slash playing his guitar solo.
That too.
It's probably better if I put you in a female type of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Better.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Like I said, tonight we are going to be going over some free content. Tonight, what are we going over, Brandy?
We're gonna go over letters.
Letters?
Yeah.
Like
OFAC.
Sesame Street?
Oh yeah. OFAC. SAR, CTR,
Hey.
OVA, PST.
Oh, I thought we were getting like Sesame Street. Tonight's episode is brought to you by the letter O.
Oh.
OFAC.
Oh.
OFAC, you don't want to be on that list. All right, we're going to have a good one then. So you're going to learn some stuff about the acronyms. Guys, there's so many dang acronyms when it comes to these licenses and getting the study on and knowing all the things, right?
Yes.
But I'm just going to say, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. Guys, fun fact. I was looking it up. You know, Jimi Hendrix died. When he passed away, he was only 27 years old. He only recorded for he only had a career of like 5 years, by the way. It's super sad. If you don't know it,
look it up.
Look it up. But he passed away. He had $22,000 in his bank account. He owed back taxes. He had debts. So he only had $22,000 when he died. Do you know how much his estate was worth when his dad died in when his dad took over in 1994?
When his dad took over in 1970.
No. His dad took over in 94. He died in 70, but the lawyer controlled it. But the dad took over after they fired the lawyer.
Yes.
In 94. 94, yeah. The estate was valued at $80 million.
Yes.
$80 million from $22,000 to $80 million. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, the reason why it's so we were trying to get the facts straight, still to this day, his estate is still in litigation because there was no will. No will.
There was no will, and it was given to his his adopted stepdaughter.
Right.
His dad's adopted, so not a Jimi Hendrix bloodline.
Right. Yeah, it was actually his dad's adopted stepdaughter. Correct. Not Jimi Hendrix adopted stepdaughter. Correct. So there was a lot of controversy and whatnot over who controls the estate. Mm-hmm. Look, you might think that you're only worth $20,000 right now, but you might be worth $80 million. Get your will done. I think that's what we should learn. A simple will would have cleared up millions of dollars of litigation and pain.
They literally said in the article that if Jimmy would have wrote down his wishes, it would have cleared up a lot of litigation.
Yeah.
Just wrote it down. It wasn't even
not even on a napkin.
Yeah.
Not even on a napkin. Darn. Anyways, I found that interesting. And then having someone be the conservator and who's going to take care of the estate and all that stuff, right? Guys, so take care of your business.
Take care of your stuff.
Get your will in place. Look at that. Maybell's already on top of it. I got a will. And if you have a will and a way, you can get this thing done. And if you're looking for a way to get the securities license, guys, look at how I tied it right. If you want to get your securities license, join us, scan the QR code. We're going to be running some promotional stuff next month. Brandy and I have been thinking of some stuff. After the brew, I want to brainstorm with people. I have a bunch of ideas. I want to run some promotional stuff. I want to do some good promotional stuff. I want to do you spread the word of Kona. We get some signups. Maybe I send you a gift card to your favorite movie theater. Maybe a dinner out with your family, something like that. Do something like that, right? Get the word out there, spread. What do they call that? Guerrilla marketing. Go ahead, Brandy. Share the screen. But if you haven't joined up yet and you want to get onto it and you've just been taking advantage of all the free, please. All I ask is if you're getting any of the kind of use out of us, whether it's on YouTube, by the way, subscribe, hit the notification. Guys, just let mention to some folks. And I want to say thank you to a couple people who did spread the word of Kona, and we had some new people on here checking us out because they got the Zoom code from somebody or they heard about us. And let me tell you, we're not your mom and dad's study group. We're not your mom and dad's study plan with how they did it. We ain't got no polo shirts over here. We're not doing any of that. We're showing you how to do it with the Kona way, which is a more simplified way. It's an easier way. We give you guys keywords. We actually have a study guide that you don't have to read a 489-page book for no reason. You ever read a book anyway? And you're what are you doing? You're highlighting in bolden words. And you're like, man, I wish I had a book where just all the important stuff and I don't have all this unnecessary stuff. Guess what? We have that available. The study guides, SIE 6 and 63. The SIE actually has videos that are interactive. If you're a member, you just push play. It tells you.
Yeah.
It tells you.
It has a little play button.
It tells you what's going on. It's crazy. Brandy's working on a Series 65 one. It should be out soon. So we do have course videos and we do have content. We have audios that are soon. Hey, heads up, by the way, I'm going to be deleting all the audio pretty soon here that's on Patreon and refilling it with all new audio. The transition is going to take place. It's going to be like a freeway. It's going to be slow, but it's going to be up. And I'm trying to get it done before everybody leaves on jet planes in the middle of July. And you can get those study audios on Spotify. You can download, you can get it all on there. So when you're on the planes and you're like trying to study and you can't watch the video like Andy because you get motion sickness.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
Motion sickness, not good. I love that Dramamine. By the way, don't get the organic Dramamine. It doesn't work.
No, get legit.
You gotta get
non-drowsy.
I know this sounds bad, but you got to get the 1970s full of drugs Dramamine. That one works best.
Yeah.
Not this organic.
I think the patch thing works too.
I've never tried the patch.
Never tried it myself, but my cousin has. Works great for her.
Oh, all you had to tell me is it worked for your cousin.
Oh,
all right. At Kona Academy, we got all that starting up soon. Check us out. Scan the QR code, hit the links, 951-290-3077. That's our phone number. Give it a call or text. Instagram, Telegram. Check it out. All right, we got a Thursday reminder. KonaButterflyz. We will have the Academy tomorrow, but not really. It'll be exam mastery. So show up to that. 65 live. We got small group tutoring. Make sure you look for that reminder that Brandy does now with her face live, like little reminder face video thing. People are saying they like that because Brandy says what they don't want to read. So I get it. You're studying. You don't want to read another thing, even a reminder.
Yeah.
So Brandy explains it to you in a nice little video. Yeah. So look for that in your Patreon. It has all the access already there. All right. If you're not following us on Instagram, I wish you would. I tell you what, because when they give me a picture and they let me know a little something and how they did it.
Yes. I
add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame because we got a passer. Yes, we do. Series 26. We got a Series 26 passer. I wish you could run the video version of that. But we have a Series 26 passer. We added another one to the principals. Yes, we got another principal in the Kona family on the Kona Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Daniela Lopez.
What?
She's one of our OGs.
Yes, she is.
She's a day oneer.
Yeah.
She finally got to the 26. She lives in a hot state, so it took a minute for her even to get a 63 going. But she got that Series 26. And let me tell you, she's an RVP doing big things. We are really excited and honored to have her pass the Series 26. Her and her wife are doing big things.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. So congratulations. What did Daniela say? One of many things that helped me pass were testing techniques, reading the answers before reading questions, drill on the incorrect, reviewing why I got it wrong. Was it because I'm overthinking, skipping words, or not understanding? And most importantly, PMA and consistency. Also, before I started, I wrote, I passed. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. And you know what? Like I say it all the time, it's not about content with us. I know if you're brand new and you're like, well, what else do they teach? We teach you a system. Feel like Mr. T. We teach you a system, fool. No, but honestly, keep all that jibber jabber. We got all the system. That's a hardcore Mr. T reference. I know the young people have no clue. But anyways, I'm just saying is we give you a system in which you can pass exams. Look, she learned our system when we were coming up with it.
Yep.
And passed the SIE, the 6, the 63, got now the 26, onto the 65 after a short break, off to convention as a new principal, RVP level, just getting it done. Congratulations. What do you want to add about Daniela?
She snuck attacked this one. I'm sorry, she did. She would occasionally let me know she was studying. You know, she would send me a random question here or there in my mind, because she didn't tell me that her test was today. I thought she was just being very inconsistent, hit or miss, whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, there was a pass notice, and she's all, I did it to surprise you, which is cool. It's awesome because like you guys heard, she learned the technique, she learned the system, you know, so by the time she was working on her 4th exam with us, she knew what she needed to do.
Just telling you guys, it's a system.
Mm-hmm.
It's a system. Some people are like, no, I just do it my way. I like to just do it this way. Look, you're doing it wrong. You got many exams to pass. Why would you not develop a system that helps you pass them all?
Yeah.
You have to pass them all. It's like Pokemon. You got to collect them all.
Like Pokemon.
You do.
I know. You got to collect them all.
And hey, this is a fun fact. This is an unsolicited fun fact that you guys didn't ask for, but you're going to get anyway. The SIE is not a license.
Nope.
Has no license attached at all.
Nope.
None. So if you're going into it going, all I need to know is the SIE and all I need to do is study for the SIE, you're already going at it all wrong. The SIE is a culmination of a bunch of the exams all in one.
Actually, that's another unsolicited advice thing. Guys, here's the thing about each one of these exams is that it starts with the SIE and there's a little bit of everything, like Andy said, and each exam builds on the other, so that you don't, it's not like brand new exams every exam. Does that make sense? Like a lot of the content is repeated throughout all of the exams.
And this is going to be another unsolicited fun fact.
What?
That is why KonaButterflyz goes ahead and gives you SIE 6 and 63 material when you sign up as a member, because it is an avalanche, a culmination of all those things together. And we want you to pass one after another, after another. So you have all the information right there.
Yep.
Anyways. All right, everybody, let's get this thing going. We've got some OFAC to do.
You gotta be careful. Oh, you guys gotta.
I said it right there. OFAC.
AC.
There's an A in there.
AC, like the air conditioner.
Yes. All right. So we got a lot of letters on the screen. Brandy, tell us what it's all about.
All right. I forgot one very important one. All right, guys. So here's the thing. Let's start from the very beginning, because you have to start from the beginning,
right? Of time.
Are
you going with FINRA?
I'm going to start with the BSA.
Oh.
See, guys, look, I thought
Boy Scouts of America.
Bank Secrecy Act. Like, here's what happened. Andy, I was like, man, I want to have like a fun topic, but like a useful topic.
Nothing makes me have more fun than saying OFAC all night.
Right. And so I was like, okay. And then when I was like, but that takes like 2 seconds to explain. So I was like, let's do all the letters. Let's do all.
I remember we did an evening espresso that's available on Patreon and our archives that we did all nothing but acronyms for a whole hour.
That is true. We did do that. So the Bank Secrecy Act, right? This is actually by the Department of Treasury.
Well, it would make sense. The Treasury is the boss of the banks, right?
Federal Reserve Board is the boss of the banks. The Treasury.
See, that's why you don't listen to me.
The Treasury, the Department of Treasury, is basically the budgeteer of the U.S. government.
Did you know the Secret Service is part of the Treasury Department?
I did not know that. Because you know why? Secret Service isn't part of the security.
Oh, it was just an unsolicited fun fact.
No,
continue.
No, I'm just saying that's why I didn't know that.
We could go off to a tangent on this, but go ahead, continue.
Now I'm going to go Google it, look it up. Right. So anyway, so the Bank Secrecy Act, and then part of the Bank Secrecy Act, they created what they call FinCEN. FinCEN is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Enforcement Network. Why the Treasury Department? Sorry.
Oh, I think they moved it to the Homeland Department, Homeland Security.
Yeah.
It used to be part of the Treasury.
And the Homeland Security came out of 2001, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. All right. So sorry. Okay. So Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, right? This is like what I call the FBI of financial services, right? These are the ones that are watching money movements. They're collecting SARS. They're collecting all of these things, right? So let's talk about the SARS real quick, right? SARS, which I always write in red, means suspicious activity report. Suspicious activity. Now, if you guys notice, suspicious activity report, they're leaving it open so that way it could be an event, a transaction, a weird interaction, or it could be a series of. Activity doesn't necessarily mean a one-time thing. It could mean a series of events or a series of transactions, right? So basically, the numbers you guys need to know associated with SARS is at least $5,000, or wires of 3, like wire transfers of 3,000. Okay. So you guys need to have those numbers associated with suspicious activities. And like I said, it could be one thing or a series, right? And guys, like, let's think about this, right? If you're working with a client and they're acting really fishy, like kind of sus when you're asking them questions about, their income, and they're like trying to dodge bullets, right? Maybe you're looking around and you're like, this doesn't look like, they're giving me $1 million, but like I'm looking around and it doesn't look like these people would have $1 million. And it's really odd that they're giving me $1 million in cash, right? That's kind of suspicious, right? The other thing is like, let's say one day, your clients come to you and they have a check for $5,000, right? And then, or $2,000, 5,000, doesn't matter. And then the next day they have a cashier's check for like $7,000. And then on Thursday they come to you and they have cash and it's got like $9,999. And then like Friday they're dropping some other money in a weird way, right? Why didn't you just come in on Friday with all of that money? Why do you have to give me all that money in weird ways?
I don't want a SARS report.
No, that is suspicious. Like, that's like weird, right? So
no, that's why they do it. They think that there's no SARS report. They think they're like dodging it, but they're not.
I think you're thinking of
the other one.
The other one.
Oh, CTR.
See? And that's good. We're gonna lead into a suspicious activity.
Yeah, report. I watched way too much Scarface. Thank you.
Yes. So yeah, so you gotta so it's just weird, right? So anything that sounds suspicious, you got to fill out this report, right? Or you definitely tell the principal, tell whoever handles these things. Now, I have to ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever tell somebody that you're suspicious of them? Dude, I think you're the sus.
Right.
No, even in the game Among Us, you don't tell them that they're sus, right? Okay.
By the way, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to call the cops as soon as you leave here.
Yeah, right. We don't do that. So, and then what Andy was thinking about is and guys, this is a very common, what do I want to say? These two are very commonly mixed up. Does that make sense? Okay. So what Andy was thinking was the currency transaction report. Some people try to avoid this because they think this is a bad thing. And I'm going to say this, it's only a bad thing if you're doing suspicious things.
If you're doing bad things?
It's right. Because a currency transaction report simply means, and this is why I'm not writing it in red, it's simply a movement of cash. That's all that is. It's a movement of cash.
Like, let's say your neighbor's selling a truck, an older truck, right? And he wants to do the transaction in cash.
Right.
I don't know why. I didn't ask, but he wants $10,000 in cash.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just buying a truck.
Right. You have to fill out, somebody has to fill this CTR.
Why?
When you withdrew the $10,000 from your bank, the bank did a CTR. When the person selling the truck receives the cash and puts it in their bank, they're going to do a CTR. I don't know why, but that's just what happens.
Do you know what I know? It's probably not on the exam. Why?
The why is not on the exam. And it's like the Brinks truck when they, the big armored trucks, when they pull up in front of a retail store for the day and they collect all the cash that probably came in from the night before.
Right.
Guys, that was a CTR report. Target
I see them
wrong.
I see them signing the paperwork every time.
Yeah. Target did nothing wrong. It's just a movement of cash. Make sense, guys? So it's not a bad thing, but avoiding the CTR, coming in on Monday with 9,000, coming in on Tuesday with 6,000, coming in on Wednesday with 8,000, right?
Looks a little weird.
That looks weird. So avoiding the CTR is actually prohibited. We call that structuring.
I learned this in Breaking Bad.
And that leads to the SAR report, the SAR report. Now, one other thing that you guys need to know about both of these reports. SARS, it's due in 30 days.
If you're taking the 26, I know that pops up for sure.
Yep.
And the SIE.
Yep. And then the CTRs are due in 15 days. Okay. So those are the two things that you guys need to know.
We have a timetable table
We do have a timetable table.
that is available on Patreon for all our members. If you're not a member, scan the QR code, hit the link,
That's right.
go get your table.
That's right. Get your table. Now let's talk about the OFAC.
Found in collections under worksheets and tables.
Yes. Now we talk about the OFAC when we talk about FinCEN and the Bank Secrecy Act and AMLs, which is anti-money laundering. We talk about all these things.
What?
Yes. OFAC is the Office of Foreign Assets Control.
That's not foreign to me.
Now, back pre 9/11, okay? Pre 9/11, they used to watch,
I was just going to say when the Secret Service was still part of the Department of Treasury, because it became of Homeland Security in 2003.
Right after 2011. I mean 2001.
After Homeland Security was developed.
Yay.
Do you want to know another fun fact about the Secret Service?
Yeah.
I swear this will be the last one.
Yeah.
It literally came into existence hours before Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. Dude.
Sorry. Should talk about this later. Okay, so Office of Foreign Assets Control. So before 9/11, right? And if you guys don't know what happened in 9/11, that was when there was a terrorist attack.
You need to Google it. I don't know how
Hey,
many people
there's
don't know
some
that.
of our kids' friends who don't know that. It's very sad.
What?
Dude, it's sad.
Anyways, continue.
So the point is this, guys, is that it really only kind of paid attention to drugs and other illegal activities, right? So if you were moving money or, collecting, wire transfers and all this stuff because of, you were doing illegal things, right? They were kind of making sure, the drug trafficking, all that stuff, right? Well, after 9/11, they realized that we basically funded our own terrorist attack because they were funneling money into the US financial system. And then they used that money to coordinate the attacks, right? So enter in the Patriot Act, which is basically still under the Bank Secrecy Act. This happened where they started including known threats to the US, terrorists and other known threats to the US, right? So they collected this list. And the list, like I said, is terrorists and other known threats to the US. Okay. They call this the SDN list. SDN list. Specially designated nationals. Okay. The S, the D, and the N are the least of the concerns. Basically, if you are known to be a threat to the United States, you are now put on this list. They are going to watch every transaction that you do, both, going to Target, going to Walmart, getting gas in your car. They're going to look at all of your financial statements. They're going to look at all of your financial activities to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to be harming your country's government.
Yeah. Fun fact, I look, if someone's watching or listening, I don't know, but I know a guy, we are not associated, but I know someone who's on the OFAC list because they were at the January 6th thing.
Yes.
Lost his job as a trucker because he could not go to airports anymore to go pick up loads from the planes because they were unloading them, because that is considered a security risk.
Yeah. And so that means no flights out of the US.
Nope.
No flights into the US. No, you can't go near airports. You can't go near military bases. You do not want to be on the list. Hence why we say, OFAC,
You're on the list.
I'm on the list.
Yeah.
So yes, you don't want to be known as a threat to your government. Anyways,
Nah, not good.
it's not good.
You'll have to hitchhike to Mexico. Can't even take a plane.
No, you can't. You wouldn't be no cruises, no.
Yeah, and this is a other fun fact is other countries don't want you either. So it really puts a hindrance on your passport situation and where you can vacation.
Yes. So
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. All right. So the other two acronyms that I wanted to break down real quick.
Angie said fact that.
I don't realize that. Is the difference between an OBA and a PST. Now this right here, the SARS, the CTRs, it's like hit or miss if they're going to show up on your exams. SIE for sure, 26 for sure, because you're running compliance, you're a principal, that type of thing. But the OBA and the private securities transactions, every exam. Okay. Like every exam has a variation of this topic on their exams, right? So OBA stands for outside business activity. So does outside business activity mean something that you're doing outside of your firm?
I would assume so.
Yes, outside business. Now notice that it's very generic, right? Outside business, which means
it could be like it'd be like my homeboy Renee who has a taco truck.
Yes, it would be like a taco truck. It would be anytime that you are receiving earned income outside of your firm.
Laker game's over. I'm cooking hot dogs on top of a trash can. I gotta have an OBA.
That is very true. So if you're collecting, notice I said earned income, reportable on your taxes.
I'm just saying those trash can hot dogs smell pretty good.
Yes, they do smell good. We'll leave it there. So outside business activity, it's non-securities related. It's the side hustle over the holidays. It's the side hustle that you might have going on right now. It's selling Scentsy. It's selling Monance.
Your side hustle. I want to put this in. I want to make sure that we put this in parentheses. It is your side hustle that is legal and on the books. Otherwise known as the taxable hustle.
The taxable hustle
that the government knows about.
Yes, your reported income.
I will give shifty eyes to your other ones.
Not even looking.
Don't need to mention it.
Don't even ask.
Not gonna ask you.
We're not asking. Nobody's asking. Okay. You need to give a notification.
Some of you watch Scarface way too much.
Notification. Now, private securities transactions is when you are doing securities business away from your firm. So I should probably spell out securities, private securities transactions. I feel like the word private is really weird in the situation.
What's a good, yeah, okay, so like private. So what is a private securities transaction? I kind of deal out of my closet.
It would be like
I got an office with all the boards on the windows.
It would be
Hey. I got a transaction for you.
No, hilarious.
I got a mutual fund.
You want a mutual fund? I got one for you.
Yeah.
No, it's more like your firm doesn't, let's say your firm doesn't sell stocks or bonds.
Yeah.
And you refer, whether it's compensated or non-compensated, you say, hey, you should go to the ABC firm down the street.
So my firm does mutual funds, but yes. I want to buy an individual stock.
And you're my client?
Yeah.
And you say, where can I go to do that?
Yeah.
I say, I don't know, go do your research. Why? Because I didn't tell my firm that I was sending him away from our firm.
There you go.
Now, if you have a relationship with another firm, you must get, so look, watch. No compensation. So let's say you have a friend, they're starting a new business. They want to sell some stock or some like interest in their business. And you're like, you know what?
Hey, my business is up and coming,
I
Brandon.
got you. I got you.
My Kona is coming up.
Yeah. Let me go talk to some of my clients and see if they would be interested. I know some clients that might be interested in investing in your business, but I'm not doing it through my firm.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to do it to hook you up. Like don't pay me, don't anything, whatever. Right.
All right.
that would be considered a private security
Say
transaction.
less. When you said pay, don't pay me.
Right.
Say less.
Now, but if you said, hey,
I
for
like that part.
every investor you get me, I will give you a widget.
A widget.
A
Is it right
widget.
next to the whatchamacallits?
Yeah. I will give you 2 tickets to the 49ers game for each game, right? So you can send me 17 people.
Hey, that's better than a widget.
Yeah, because get it, there's 17 games to the regular season.
Yeah.
I will give you tickets to each football game if you send me investors, right? So that's compensated. Even though it's not cash, guys, that's still compensation. If you do something for something like to get a hookup, that's compensation. You would need to get your firm's approval. Now, if you do neither of these things, you don't tell your firm you're sending people away from the firm, you are doing like a side hustle like that, paid or not paid, guess what? And you don't tell your firm.
Ooh. That can't be good.
It's called selling away. Guys, in your questions, it'll look exactly the same. So pay attention to if they notified their firm or not. It's called selling away, and this is prohibited.
That means you can't do it.
You can't do it. If they can't supervise, because look, here's the thing before you guys get all like, well,
And that is a PR, not PP.
Before you guys get all like big brothers.
That's much clearer. Thank you, Brandon.
Before you guys get all up in arms about Big Brother watching you.
You just love those R's with the high kick. It's like
I do. It's a habit. Guys, look, your firms are sponsoring you with FINRA for your licenses. They're telling FINRA, I vouch for this person. I'm responsible for this person. I trained this person. I gave this person all of the knowledge about the securities business. I have full responsibility for that person. If you're doing shady stuff outside of the firm in your personal accounts, in, this whole thing about you're like, hey, go over there and do some shady stuff over there. If you're doing that stuff, the people who are responsible for you is your employing firm. So yeah, they're gonna watch you. They got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to because it's their butts on the line.
right.
Because they're putting their butt out for you.
A lot of butts.
To make sure you're doing the right thing.
Just saying.
They're putting their neck out there. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put sunscreen on.
Yeah. Anyways.
Part of the area of the body doesn't get a lot of sun. You know what I mean? It's going to get exposed. It's going to get burned. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun learning some of these acronyms. I know there's a drier, boringer, more way that most of you like to hear it, but we don't like to do it that way. We like to have fun with it. We like to say OFAC a lot. And I hope you had some fun. Look, I know that we make light and we make silly and we say things like that. And some of you are more into the serious, but here's the thing. The more fun you have with this stuff, the more you're probably going to remember it. The more you relate it to something that makes you laugh, you're probably going to remember it. The more you enjoy something, the more you're going to want to do it. And if you're doing this more, you're being consistent. And if you're being consistent, that means you're probably on your way to a pass notice.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all here for. And that's what it's all about. We got exam mastery tomorrow morning. It's going to be a good one. We got series 65ers. We've got small group tutoring. We got the Studying Brew, same bat time, same bat channel, because we're going to tie in techniques. We're going to have content. It's going to be great. We're going to have something for all exams, 6 exams, 6 questions, 6 answers. You don't want to miss out. Same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your first face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Guys, notice what I wrote down. Very short keyword associations. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.